As an elder law attorney, I can tell you that when we meet with our clients, one of their biggest concerns is long-term care costs, and rightly so. Long-term care expenses are one of the biggest threats to anyone's financial security. And of course, as people become seniors, as we age, long-term care becomes more of a probability than a possibility. So if you're thinking about that, you are right to be thinking about it and to be asking, what can I do to protect my assets against long-term care costs? Again, as I mentioned, revocable living trust won't do you any good. Can you use an irrevocable trust that you create during your lifetime to protect your assets from long-term care costs? And the answer is yes, you can. Again, because it's an irrevocable trust, you want to talk with your estate planning and elder law attorney. When do we recommend irrevocable trusts when people are concerned about long-term care costs? If you are a single person and you are very concerned that you want to make sure that your only child or your children get some of your estate and that it doesn't all get spent down on your long-term care that might be coming, then you create an irrevocable trust. Basically, you give away all your assets and you give them to them, and you gave it to them in a trust so that they are protected against their creditors as well. Medicaid has what's called a 5-year look back. If you create this trust 5 years before you ever need long-term care or you ever apply for Medicaid, it works. It gets the asset out of your estate, not just for tax purposes, which we're not concerned about at this point, but for Medicaid eligibility purposes. Creating a Medicaid 5-year look back trust can be an excellent planning option. But you want to make sure that you understand what's involved and you work with an attorney. What if you are that single person and you want to keep living in your house? You gave away that house to this trust. And if you want to make this work for Medicaid, you actually have to pay rent to your trustee. And then that trust, they don't give you any money from the trust. What happens if you need long-term care 3 years out? Well, there's a problem. We got to figure out a solution to it. We don't lightly create Medicaid 5-year look-back trusts. We only do it when it's the proper situation. I can tell you, in our practice, it's the minority of time that we do that because there's often better Medicaid strategies that are available. But having said that, it still can be an excellent planning option.